Alcoholics. Wes here, back with another installment on the channel. I hope that you enjoy it. If you're new here, please stick around for a while if you like what you see. Subscribe. I randomly put stuff out. I don't really have a release schedule because, hey, I got a real job. But I do love doing this, and I'm going to continue putting out guitar videos as I can. If you have been on the channel for a minute, you probably recognize Raphael here. And the reason I have pulled Raphael out today is because we're talking about Artist Signature Series and custom guitars. I started this whole theme with this guitar because you don't get much more custom than a turtle shell guitar that was made by a friend right here in Austin, honestly just down the road a bit, and made to my specs. So I will not miss an opportunity to tell you about Chris Bean and Earth Original Studio. If you want your very own turtle shell guitar or ukulele, reach out to Chris. He's a mad genius and he'll make whatever comes to mind. When I went to pick up this guitar from Chris, he was working on converting an old console radio into an amp. It's always amazing to see what he comes up with. If you'd like to talk to Chris about getting your very own turtle shell guitar or one of the many other cool little things he builds, I have put all of his contact information in the comments, just like on every one of the turtle shell videos. Reach out, check out his stuff, and tell him Wes sent you. Alright. So what I want to talk about today is an Artist Signature Series guitar. What I would like for you to do is imagine you're a world famous guitarist in, let's say 2 very popular bands, or at least 1 global band, and a guitar company, let's just say Fender, comes up and says, hey, I love that you're playing our stuff. I'd love to build your perfect guitar. All you gotta do is play it on stage and we're gonna sell it around the world. Sounds phenomenal, right? That has not happened to me yet, but hey, this channel is over 100 subscribers now. I'm well on the way to world fame, y'all. Okay. Just imagine though, you're faced with a dilemma. What is my perfect guitar? What would I want to be associated with my name? What would I feel comfortable bringing on stage night after night? Oh man, I haven't had the light on this whole fucking time. Good Lord. I'm not reshooting all of that. Okay, but now we have light on. And if you couldn't tell before, this is the turtle shell. Guess why he's named Raphael. And just look how beautiful this guitar is. Absolutely adore this thing. Like I said before, check out Chris Bean, Earth Original Studio. All the contact information is in the comments. Okay, so now that we are imagining having this beautiful opportunity to build our best Fender, what do you do? Man, there's so many things, so many options. Oh my god, it's overwhelming. All I can do is I push my fingers into my eyes. The only thing slowly stops the ache is made of all the things I have to take. And now the rounds push this way inside. The pain goes on. Okay, I'm no singer. I haven't practiced playing Slipknot very much. I love the band, I just never really jam along with it. Although I should, while I have this guitar in my possession. What are we talking about today? This is Jim Root's signature Stratocaster. This is the first generation. I can't even guess what year. I should probably look that up. Maybe I'll flash it on the screen for you. This is the guitar that Jim Root said, hey Fender, build me this. I'm going to play it on stage and you can sell it worldwide. And they have, and it's been a hell of a success. And I guess they're on possibly the third generation of these now. So what makes this guitar special? Alright. There are a number of ways that this differs from the Stratocaster you might go into Guitar Center or off of Sweetwater. Typically, a Fender Strat is going to have 3 single coil pickups, a vintage vibrato system, what Leo Fender called a tremolo, is vibrato, but we're not going to get into the music lessons today. What we're looking at here is a fixed bridge, so strings pull through the body, through a fixed bridge, still a bolt-on neck, still 25 and a half inch scale. The big standout here, you have 2 EMG active humbuckers. These are very hot pickups. For a good comparison here, what I was just playing on Raphael, played on this guitar. Of course, this is tuned down to drop B a la Jim Root, but I haven't changed any amp settings. Here is the same thing I just played on Raphael without changing any of the amp settings. Any distortion. Boy, if you put on just the little bit of overdrive on the clean setting. These are hot pickups. Alright. One other thing you might notice, one volume, no tone. That is about as metal as it gets, folks. Okay, we've got locking tuners back here, which is fantastic. They really do a great job holding tune. Last thing I really want to talk about that sets this guitar apart is the finish here. It sort of looks like a off-white, whatever. You might not think anything about it until you pick it up and start playing. There's no gloss on this. This is a very satin, smooth, light finish. And what I love about this, it has Jim Root's name on the back of the headstock, but he wants this to be your guitar. The more you play it, the more the paint's going to wear. It's going to show where your arm has been hitting. It's going to show where you've been picking. It's going to show bumps and bruises and scrapes. This guitar is designed to relic and be your guitar. It's not like walking into a store and like, oh, I have a guitar just like that. Oh, and I have one just like that. And I might be able to put it next to the high gloss finish, the one that I've owned for years, and not be able to tell the difference. This is not my guitar. This belongs to my brother from another mother, Mike, and he was gracious enough to let me borrow this and do a quick review comparison. So everybody say thank you, Mike. And I'll just show you a little bit. This was his office guitar, so he brought this into work, so you can see a couple of little scrapes and bumps and probably hit the corner of a desk. Couple little wear spots from kicking back in your office chair just jamming. But yeah, that's why I'm trying not to play this one too much because this is not my guitar. I want this to relic with Mike's playing, but I have to show off some of what it can do, right? So this guitar's got chops. It's not just metal. This can clean up very nicely. Back off on the volume a little bit. I think you might have gone a little bit out of tune. That's okay. Guitaraholics, now you've seen what Jim Root calls his perfect Strat. If you've been on the channel for a minute, you've probably seen what my perfect Strat is. If you haven't, why not? We're here. We ain't going nowhere, right? You've got an extra 5 minutes. You know, that meeting's long and boring. Just leave it on mute. No one will ever know. That's what I thought. Naughty monkey. Alright folks, lastly, we're going to look at my perfect Strat. This is another case of I just cannot stop talking about this guitar. This is not as custom as Raphael. I didn't get to sit down with the luthiers at Fender and say, hey man, I want this, that, and the other. Shop works is like ordering off of a menu. I'll have a number 1, a number 3, side and number 5. In this case, we're looking at I want a reverse headstock, I want a rosewood fretboard, I want a mahogany body, I want the Shawbucker pickups. Okay, Jim Root and I both had the opportunity to build or have built what we thought our perfect Strat was. Root is so happy with his Strat that he has the same configuration in a Telecaster and a Jazzmaster. And the guitar, I keep pointing over here as though you can see off camera over here where I just set it down. The Jim Root Strat is an American made, just professional quality instrument. Okay, I have not tried the new ones, but the big difference with the new version of those is they do have Jim Root's signature pickups, but they are now made in Mexico. So I don't know if that's to keep the price from going up too much. With everything else being more expensive, it makes sense. I have not had an opportunity to play one of those, so if you have one, if you have one of those made in Mexico Roots, please drop something in the comments. Let me know. I can't wait to get my hands on one. But back to the show. So considering that Root had an unlimited budget and mine was limited, I think that this came through as the more feature-full, is that the right word? This guitar came through as being a little busy. The reverse headstock is an immediate eye grabber. There's my 80s hair metal roots showing through right there. But I love the see-through gloss. I love being able to see the beautiful mahogany of the body. And upgraded 2-point trim with the heavy saddles for sustain and tone. And of course the shawbuckers. They are very high output, but with my volume turned all the way up. You can see none of that's breaking up. It's not distorting. Those are very, very hot EMGs. You can get a little bit of breakup if you put it on the bridge humbucker. But let's not forget this also has single coil modes. So you can get a little bit of that original Strat sound too. You will never make the Root sound like an original single coil Strat. So take that for what it's worth. I hope that this inspires you to pick out your own favorite guitar, if it's a Fender, a GNL, a Gibson, whatever the case may be. And if you can have it built, great. If you build it yourself, even better. Part of this series, we're going to talk about custom built guitars. Not only am I going to show you all of the artist signature series that I get my hands on, I'm also going to show you modifications that you can do at home. Maybe it'll inspire you to pick up a soldering iron and spruce up the old axe you've had lying around in the closet for a couple years. Alright, Guitarholics, I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, seriously, I love hearing from you guys. Go down into the comments, drop me a line, let me know what you think, what you'd like to see next. I do have several of these videos lined up and ready to go. So if I'm missing something in these, there's something more you'd like to see, let me know and I'll fix it up for the next time. Until then, Guitarholics,